So we're going to start standing. Let's get moving. Now I've put my socks on to begin with, and you may have a few extra layers. So it could be that you want to just kind of peel those layers off as you heat up, but do keep them somewhere close by for when you come to the slightly, you know, we do an arc, right? So we're going to come up and then we're going to cool down, and as you cool down, you may want to keep that heat wrapped in with applying those extra layers back on. Okay, so let's stand to the mat, top of the mat, feet together, and we're going to come into a classical Surya Namaskara. So inhale and draw the arms up overhead, and then exhale, fold over down to the earth. Now you can have your knees nice and soft, and you may feel the backs of the legs slightly awakening here. Shake your head out. And then inhale, lift up, lengthen your back and come into a halfway lift. So your back is nice and straight and parallel to the earth. Exhale, fold forward once again, and then lift up the right leg, step back, lower down onto the right knee. Inhale the arms back and up and lift the torso, look up to the thumbs. In then, exhale, place the palms either side of the front foot. Tuck the back toes, and then we're going to step back into a plank. Lower down onto the knees, lower the chest and the chin. Then inhale, draw the chest forward, lower the belly, press the toes into the earth. Inhale and lift the knees. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and look forwards. Relax your glutes, so wobble your pelvis here a little bit, already getting that sense of soft fluidity. Exhale, tuck the toes, send hips back towards the heels, keep the arms extended. Inhale, draw up into a downward facing dog. So take it easy with your legs here, perhaps pedal left and right, ease through the backs of the legs. Then inhale, lift the right foot up and step it through, let the left knee lower down to the earth, untuck the back toes, inhale, draw up, look up towards the thumbs, lift the torso. And then exhale, draw the palms either side of the front foot and step back foot to meet the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up. So leave the arms down by the side and simply come to a Tadasana. Just check with your standing position how you're doing. So your hips are over the ankles, the shoulders are over the hips, the crown is over the shoulders. Take a couple of breaths here. Soften the shoulders, maybe even close your eyes and see how you feel. A quick body scan from the bottom up, so tune in with your base, your foundations. You see all that little bit of movement that happens even when you're standing still. Then inhale, draw the arms up overhead once more. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left leg back, lower the left knee down, untuck the back toes. Inhale, draw the arms back and up overhead, look up towards your thumbs. Exhale, place the palms, tuck the back toes, step into plank. So you can lower down and come back into a cobra, or inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, one. Exhale. So downward facing dog, your feet are parallel, your arms are nice and straight. Inhale, two, palms are nice and spread. Exhale, one more breath here. See if you can take the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. On your next inhale, take the weight into the right foot and the palms and lift the left leg up. And see if you can step it between the palms, lower the right knee down. Inhale, draw the arms back, look up towards the thumbs, and then exhale, place the palms at the front of the mat. Step the right leg forward to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, draw up, and again, leave the arms down by the side. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, we're going to step the right knee back. Inhale, lift up the torso and turn towards your left. So you're turning across the bent leg. Great. Then we're going to take a few nice big circles with the left arm. Inhale up, exhale around. Place the palms either side of the front foot, step back into plank. So tuck the toes, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, lift the hips into downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, 1. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, draw the breath long. Exhale through the mouth as if you're misting up the mirror. 1 more breath here, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, keep rolling the shoulders down towards the waist. Inhale the right leg up, step through between the palms, lower the left knee. Inhale, draw up your torso and turn towards your right arm, your right knee. And then inhale the arm up and back. Exhale it forwards. Inhale 2. Exhale forwards. Inhale 3. Nice big round circles. Get those shoulders moving. Exhale forwards. Then place the palm, tuck the back foot. Step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall forwards. Inhale, lift up and come to Tadasana. So we're going to come into Surya Namaskara A with a few variations. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forwards, then swing the arms up behind you, interlace the fingers, draw the elbows towards each other, and roll through the shoulder girdle. Inhale, draw the navel into the spine and lift your spine parallel to the earth. Exhale, release the palms and step back into plank. Lower down, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So I would like you to turn your knees over towards the left-hand side. So you're in downward facing dog and you want to try and keep your shoulders square to the front of the mat. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath like this. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, draw your knees to the center. And exhale, rotate the knees over to the right-hand side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, draw the knees to the center, and you can either step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, lift the arms, interlace the fingers, straighten the elbows, draw the wrists together, and let the fist come as if it's going to drop on the floor in front of your head. Bend the knees, keep the interlace in the fingers. Inhale, draw up and draw the fists down to the ground to feel the chest lift, the chin can lift. And exhale, release. Inhale, draw the arms up nice and high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Think of the smooth fluidity of your movements. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, I'd like you to lift and extend your right leg away from you. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose. Inhale, lift and extend the leg. Try and keep the shoulders square to the front of the mat. Exhale, knee to nose. Then inhale, lift the leg up high. And see if you can stack the hips on top of each other. Bend at the knee. Let your right leg come towards your left hip. Take your gaze underneath your right armpit. Inhale, softness and ease. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Come back to center, and we're going to repeat that on the other side. So if you need to take some of the weight out of your arms, you can do this on all fours in exactly the same way. Inhale, extend the leg up behind you, the left leg this time, shoulders square. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift, and then stack the hips. Take the left heel towards the right hip. Gaze underneath the left armpit. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Turn your hips now so that they are both parallel to the earth. Take the gaze to the front of the mat, bend the knees, step up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze, look up. Exhale, palms down the midline, and come to Tadasana. So I feel like I need to strip. Again, inhale, top of the mat. Exhale, sit down onto an invisible bar stool. Inhale, let the arms draw forward. Draw the shoulders back into the sockets. Exhale, place the palms. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank. Lower down. Remember, you can do cobra here. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Now inhale, simply step your right foot forward to the right side of the mat and turn the left toes out towards the side. Inhale, the arms up and back, back and up into warrior one. Then exhale, come into warrior two. So your hips are going to rotate. So facing the long edge of your mat now. Just come in to check your alignment so that your knee is over your front ankle with a 90-degree bend, and it tracks over your second toe. Your outer edge of your back foot is pressing down into the mat, so your back leg is really nice and active. Inhale, gaze over the front arm. Exhale. Inhale, we're going to change position again of the hips. So move your right foot back over to the right side of the mat and rotate onto your toes so that they're now pointing forwards on the back leg. You can always drop down onto your knee if you feel like you need to do that. Otherwise, we're in something like a high lunge. Inhale, draw the front knee long. Exhale, bend into it. 1, 3 like this. Inhale. 2. Exhale, bend into the knee. Inhale. 3. Exhale. Place the palms either side of the front foot. Step back. So if all the planks are too much for shoulders, then come down onto the knees. Otherwise, low down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, 1. Exhale. Come into child's pose if you'd like to feel more solid foundation in contact with the earth and have a deeper rest. Inhale, 2. Enjoy the symmetry and the stability of wherever you are. Exhale. Inhale, 3. And exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg and step it forwards to the left side of the mat. The right foot comes to the right side of the mat at the back, toes pointed out to about 2 o'clock, if 12 is in front of you. Inhale the arms back and up, warrior 1. Exhale. Now bring your feet onto the midline of your mat so the heel of your front foot is in line with the instep of your back leg. Your hips are now wide to the opposite long side of your mat. Check in, I'm just going to turn around. Check in that your front knee is bent 90 degrees over the front ankle. And the arms span nice and wide. Inhale, take the gaze over the front fingertips. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, lower the arms. And then remember to move your hips so that they'll now be facing the short edge of your mat. So the left foot, to create space, the left foot goes to the left side of the mat. Bend 90 degrees into the left leg and back toes point towards the short edge of the mat. Arms up. Inhale, draw long and straight in the front leg. Exhale, release down. That's 1. Inhale. 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. And exhale. Inhale. Now turn your toes towards the long edge of the mat. And let the arms come down to the waist. So palms either side of the waist, your thumbs behind your waist, your fingers in front. Now just take a few turns and circles through the hips here. And see if you're almost surprised by how much movement you've got. Okay, how fluid, how flexible, how versatile you are in this area. Now just where your fingers are, I'd like you to feel a lift on the next inhale. So draw the crown up and long. And then with the thumbs pushing on the back of your waist, see if you can hinge forward at the hips and come into a forward fold. So allow the arms to come down, the palms make nice contact with the earth. Inhale and perhaps walk the palms a little further forward. So if you have props and the ground is a bit too far away, you can always prop yourself up on some blocks. Keep nice and drawn in at the abdomen. Roll the shoulders towards the waist. Feel length in the side of the body. And then just practice where the weight of your hips is going. So if you feel that you're leaning back away from your palms, see if you can draw your hips a little more upright. And then find the spread of the weight through the soles of the feet equally. So you're pressing into the inside edge of the foot and the outside edge of the foot with the same strength. Inhale here. And then exhale. I'd like you to turn your right toes out. So I'm now mirroring you. So your right toes out to the side and walk your body around towards your right foot. So we're going to come into triangle pose. Check that the heel of your right foot is in step with the instep of your left, in line with the instep of your left foot. So we're building into triangle. And I'd like you to take into consideration your building blocks. So you can either take yogi toe grip, straighten up your right leg, and then use your left palm to stack your left hip on top of your right. And feel your rib cage twist and your chest lift up and open. Remember that you want to take your thumb in line with your nose and take the gaze up if your neck allows. Inhale and draw up with the right side of the waist. Exhale. So if your yogi toe grip is too far away, you take ankle or you rest on the foot line. Okay? Those are your options. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Lower that top arm. Now, we're going to bend to the front knee and step. So see if you can keep your left leg lifted. I'm going to turn, so my front of the mat is going to be here so you can see what I'm doing. See if you can step your left leg forwards and then wrap it across your right. We're going to come into eagle pose. So if you can wrap twice, it means you also wrap your toes just around your ankles. Inhale and remember what it feels like to be upright in the upper body. And then exhale, sit down a little bit into a chair-like pose. Inhale and draw the arms up high. And then exhale, cross the right arm over the left. Bend up at the elbows, and if you can, get an additional wrap at the wrists, do. Inhale and draw the torso back upright. So now your abdomen is nice and strong. Exhale, sit down. Inhale, 2. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. It was going to be 10. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. Inhale, 5. Now to come out, release your hands down by your side and draw the left leg back up towards you. And then gracefully step that left leg back behind you. Move your right foot over towards the right side of the mat and your left foot over towards the left side of the mat. So once again, your hips are rotated so that if there were light shining from them, they would be coming straight forward in the same direction as the front of the mat. Either take opposite elbow and try and remember which hand is on top, or come into reverse prayer. Inhale, nice and long in the front body, and exhale, round forwards. So keep your back foot drawing back, your front foot drawing forwards. If you want to take the forehead to knee, please do. So both legs are straight. Keep that left hip drawing forward. There's a temptation for it to peel back. Inhale, 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale, drop the palms. And then I'd like you to step back. If you want to take a vinyasa with me, please do. Otherwise, come into downward facing dog or child's pose. So for your vinyasa, you step back into plank, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. It's like a refresher between courses. Inhale, the top of the mat. And then step to the top. Halfway lift, exhale. So keep your body nice and low, and then inhale back to your wide-legged stance. This time take the left foot out and build up your triangle from the ground. So take your grip, that's either yogi toe grip, around the ankle, or you're laying your forearm palm face up on the thigh, nice and straight in the front leg. Your front foot, your front heel is in line with the instep of the back toe. Inhale, take the right palm, stack the left hip, and draw the right arm up. Take the nose to point towards the thumb. Inhale, lift up through the left waist. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Take the gaze down to the earth. Bend with your left knee. And inhale, see if you can step and move your right leg so you can draw it in. When you're standing and you're drawing the knee into the chest. And then you're going to let that right knee cross over the left standing leg as we come into eagle on the opposite side. Inhale, draw the arms up overhead. Exhale. This time the left arm crosses on top of the right at the elbows. Bend up and see if you can take that second extra twist. If you can't, that's absolutely fine. Inhale, draw your torso upright. Maybe lift up your elbows a little and then exhale, sit down into your chair. 1. Inhale. Wonderful, everyone. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. So remember, we're going to release the arms and then inhale, draw that right knee up into the right armpit before you step back gracefully so that you find yourself with your right foot, your left foot over towards the left side and your right foot over towards the right side of the mat. In order for you to be able to rotate your hips once again to the short edge of your mat. Inhale, either take opposite elbow or reverse prayer, long the spine, long in the front body. Keep that right hip drawing forward as you exhale and lower down. 3 breaths. Now hold it there. I just want to come and see you. Inhale, 1. Exhale, keep that front leg nice and straight and keep focusing on drawing the hips so they're parallel. If you're finding that really challenging, see if you can broaden your stance. So move your feet to the outer edges of the mat a little bit more. Allow more space for yourselves, particularly the front left foot. Lovely. You're going to inhale up, down, and then exhale once more. Either come down into your downward facing dog, or follow me through vinyasa where we lower down onto a plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, and then exhale into a downward facing dog. Inhale, so everyone together in a downward facing dog now. 1. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale, 5. And exhale. So I'd now like you to gently pad your feet towards the center of the mat and take them mat width apart, toes pointing out, and then sit down into a Malasana. Ooh, hello hips. So again here, just take a little bit of time to rotate, maybe move a bit left and right and ease down into the pelvis. So I want you to feel like you're sinking towards the earth, and that is mainly involved with the lift that you have through your spine and the torso. Now remember, if you feel uncomfortable in Malasana or it's inaccessible to you today, beyond your edge, you can always just lower the sit bones and come to sit like this. So there's less pressure through the hips. If you feel like your heels are not going to come down to the earth, you can place some cushions or blocks underneath them or some big books, and that should help you ease through that. It's usually because of tight Achilles. So if you're running, particularly make sure that you're stretching out your Achilles tendons there. Palms pressed together and push your elbows into the insides of the knees. You feel this nice openness. As you inhale, draw long in the crown. Feel your spine lengthen 2, 3, 5 centimeters. Exhale and keep that sense of extension. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. And exhale. Lovely. So gradually I'd like everyone to meet with their sit bones on the floor and draw your knees together, or if you're pregnant you want your knees apart. And I'd just like you to soften over your knees, soften your shoulders, round through the spine, soften the tongue, soften the gaze, soften the brow, maybe lower your lids. So this is like halfway mark, and it's maybe an opportunity for you to have a rest. I just want you to check in on what's going on in your minds. So if it's been a while since you've practiced yoga, you may be feeling like you're evaluating yourselves. Even if it's been one day since you've practiced yoga last, you may still have a very strong sense of self-criticism, self-evaluation. See if you can sort of bring a little bit of kindness towards that element, acceptance of what is right for you today and where your edge is today. What is the main thing is that you're here and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And even now, when you're listening to what's going on and responding to what's going on inside of you, that's really the yoga. Okay, it's not about how flexible you are, how fast you are, what poses you can do. It's about learning how to respond to yourselves, look after yourselves. Such a great tool. Okay. Let's inhale and let the feet come hip width apart. And we're going to lower our backs down onto the earth. Inhale and draw the arms up overhead. Exhale, soften the shoulders down into the earth. Maybe wriggle them away from your ears so that there's more space between your shoulders and your ears. Lift up your hips and place them maybe a millimeter further down the mat so you feel the spread of the pelvis quite solidly on the floor there. Inhale and imagine that somebody's just pressing into your belly button and maybe your tailbone is starting to lift. Exhale, push up so your glutes engage, send your knees away from you and your hips simply float into the air. Keep your gaze straight ahead of you, straight above you. Don't turn your neck left or right to protect it. Inhale here. Feel the expansion in space in the rib cage. The suspension of the hips as if they're as light as a feather. Keep drawing your glutes together to increase that sense of openness in the front body. Exhale, hold. If you can, we're going to inhale and keep this position for one more breath. Inhale, lift. And exhale, hold. On your next inhale, I'd like you to draw your arms up so the fingertips point to the air. And then exhale, let the arms fall down either side of the hips. So they now fall down towards the mat, palms facing down. And then let the hips follow. Let your spine drape back down to the earth. Keep that sense of length and openness as long as you can in the front body. Before you move, feel the sense of contact with the earth. And then just gently windscreen wipe the knees left and right. So you're moving into the pelvis once again. The hips get a little massage here. Lovely. So if you are pregnant, I'd like you to go along and find some wall space, if you have some, where you can prop your legs up against the wall. If you haven't ever practiced plow or shoulder stand before, then I'd like you to do the same thing, okay? And it's only because I'm not there to sort of guide you through it. So when you go up to practice against the wall, first of all, sit sideways onto the wall and get your hips really close up. Then as you lower down, there's less space between you and the wall, and then you can really get close to the wall and let your legs come up against the wall. Okay, so otherwise, we're going to come up into a shoulder stand. So once again, just roll the shoulders away from your ears. Now in shoulder stand, we really want the weight to be on the sort of top edges of the shoulder girdle. So try not to roll the weight too much into the neck and the head. Place the palms down by the side and inhale, draw the knees up towards the chest. Exhale. On your next inhalation, start to lengthen your legs up, and as you exhale, draw the navel in towards the spine and lift the legs up towards the sky. Take the palms either side of the spine, fingertips pointing up towards your heels. Keep your legs zipped together. Inhale, 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. Inhale, 5. Now as you exhale, I'd like you to bring the soles of the feet together and bend at the knees so you create a diamond shape with the legs. Inhale, 1. Keep lifted, keep the inversion. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale, 5. Exhale. With your next inhalation, I'd like you to straighten your legs if you're in shoulder stand. Also, you could do that same pose against the wall. And then I'd like you to release down into plow. So exhale, keep the navel engaged as you let the legs drop overhead. So feed the legs forwards over your head and see how that lifts the hips. You can either keep your palms either side of the spine. See if you can walk your shoulder blades a little closer towards each other. And you could possibly interlace the fingers and extend the forearms out on the mat behind you. Inhale, 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale, 5. Exhale. So to come out of this posture, turn the palms down towards the earth so that your arms act as brakes. Keep your knees quite soft so you have nice, smooth control over the release of the spine, back down into the earth. Perhaps draw your knees in towards your armpits for a moment. If you had your legs up against the wall, you can gently come out of that now. And we'll all meet on our backs. Keep your left knee drawn in at the armpit and extend the right leg away from you, toes drawing up. Now take a hold of your left knee with your left hand, and then just let that left knee draw out to the side. So the weight of your arm on the inside edge of the knee hopefully draws a little bit more openness, space into the pelvis. So for all this fluidity that we've been building up, it can also feel like heat. Draw that left knee back into towards the armpit and extend the left knee leg away from you. Inhale, draw the right knee up and towards your right armpit. Inhale. Exhale, walk the right fingertips over towards the inner edge of your the right knee. Place your left palm on your left hip so that you don't feel tempted to roll over to your right hand side. And let gravity do its thing. So instead of feeling like you're holding up against the release, see if you can soften into it. Okay. Now let your legs extend out in front of you. And then inhale and draw your torso, roll your torso up so you come to seated. Legs extended away from you. Once again, if you're pregnant, you want to keep your legs hip width apart. Inhale, lift the arms up, long in the side body. Keep the toes drawing towards you, and you may feel like your heels are lift off the earth. And then exhale, reach down towards your toes. Inhale, before you release with a rounded back, see if you can just lengthen your front body. Before you exhale and soften and curve the back. So you can really round through, take your gaze to your navel. 3 of your own breaths here. Inhale and draw up. I'd like you to draw your right knee up towards you. Now, if you're pregnant, I'd like you to really hop that right leg over to the far side of the mat, because you're going to need that space. And I'd like you to, so again, this is if you're pregnant, I'd like you just to turn. So you've got the open twist, you've got the open version of this twist. You place your left palm behind you and you take your gaze over your left shoulder. Otherwise, you're going to hop your right foot over your extended left foot. And if you'd like to go a little bit further, just lean over towards your left side, pick up your left leg, bend it at the knee, and place your left foot to the outer edge of your right hip. So you're not sitting on that foot, okay? So either way, your leg can be extended or not. I want you to hook over your right knee with your left elbow, and then you're going to take the twist in the opposite direction than I just said for the pregnant ladies, because this is a closed twist, okay? That's just not possible to extend the ligaments when you're pregnant like this. So inhale and take the gaze this time over towards the right. So you can use the right palm behind you to prop up the spine, come up onto your fingertips. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more breath here, inhale, and exhale. Come back to the front. So we're going to come into another real hip stretcher where we are stacking the knees. Now this isn't going to be accessible to everyone, so this is the kind of the most challenging edge of the leg arrangement here. So your knees are stacked with your right knee on top of your left. What you could do instead is simply come into a cross-legged position, or if that is also uncomfortable, keep your legs spread out. We're now going to inhale and draw the left arm up and bend at the elbow and reach behind with our right hand. Inhale, let that left elbow draw backwards so you feel expansion in the chest. So we can all do that regardless of the arrangement of our legs. Keep the chin tucked, long in the spine, and then exhale, fold forwards. So again, keep length in the spine for as long as you can, and then round down. When you're ready, inhale and draw back up. Release the arms. Perhaps do a couple of circles with the shoulders forwards and backwards. And then we're going to swap over with the legs. So if you had your legs stacked, knees stacked like this, simply lean back and swap them round. If you had your legs crossed, see if you can cross them in the other way. And if you are legs straight, you don't need to change them at all. Okay, so now we're going to come in and lift the right arm up and take hold of the right hand with the left, so from underneath. Now it might be that you can't quite hold onto your fingertips, so just take a nice big grip onto your top. Just feel that sense of where your edge is, what's comfortable for you, and feel the benefit of your inhale as you draw your right elbow back, and then exhale, release forwards. So if your knees are stacked, it can feel nice to also engage the toes and draw them open. When you're ready, can you inhale and draw back upright? So we're going to come into our twisted posture once again. So remember, if you're pregnant, you're going to be twisting in the open sense. So you're now going to be twisting over towards your right. Otherwise, we're going to lift up the left knee. You can extend the right leg out. Hook the left knee with the right elbow. Draw your left arm up and back. You can make a kind of prop with the fingertips. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale. Can you initiate the twist of the spine from the base of the spine up through the thoracic spine, and then with the neck. So the neck is the most mobile part of the spine. You don't need to lead the twist with the neck. Okay, that's easy. The challenge is to lead the twist from your base, from your foundation, from the pelvis. Think about that fluidity and space that we're focusing on. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Release. Come back to the center and place the soles of the feet together. And you're going to create a sort of diamond shape. So it doesn't matter how high your knees are or how low. It doesn't matter how close your feet are towards you or far away. What I'd like you to do is just make sure that you find your edge. So find a place. Maybe it's easier to get there if you do a little butterfly wing flapping. And then place the soles, the thumbs over the balls of the feet towards the little toe, and open your feet out like a book. So that relaxes your ankles, and you may find a little further opening through the groin. Keep your arms nice and engaged, and inhale, draw the chest through the arms. Shoulder blades, squeeze an orange together behind your back. There's an extra lift. So the crown lifts. The spine is stacking, but also as you breathe in, almost imagine each vertebra floats on top of itself. Inhale, draw up. Exhale. Inhale, length. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. So we're going to just roll over towards our left and keep your left leg at the top of your mat. So I'm going to demonstrate front on. We're going to come into pigeon. So I'm going to give a couple of variations of pigeon. The first is going to be prone, and the second is going to be supine. So prone isn't accessible to everybody, it's not comfortable for everybody. So if you're not sure, follow me into prone. And if it's not right for you, well, if you give it, give it a few breaths. Imagine that you are melting into a situation, so you do really need to kind of expand there. You can follow me into the supine pigeon next. So extend your right leg behind you. Now, if you're pregnant, I would recommend getting that big pile of cushions and stacking them in front of you. So that as you melt forwards, you feel propped. Yeah? Inhale and lift. So you want your left leg to be sort of drawing to towards the same parallel to the front of your mat, so sort of straight. But you want your toes pointing towards your right. Okay. On your you come up onto the fingertips. You're nice and long in the front body, and then you gradually melt down towards the earth. So as you walk down, you walk the palms forwards, and you feel this nice length in the body. As you feel your belly, then your ribs drape down towards the earth. So you can hold your head in your palms. You can cross at the elbows and let your forehead rest on the elbows. Or with your arms outstretched, you can simply let your forehead lie down onto the earth. If you would like the supine version, prone people, please remain where you are. For the supine version, you bend up at the knees. You cross the left leg over the right knee. So the left ankle is on the right knee. Then lower down onto your back. Lift the right leg up. Interlace your fingers. So take your left arm through the triangle that your legs make. Take your right hand around the outside and interlace the fingers behind the right knee. Push the left knee away from you, soften the arms. Inhale, push the tailbone into the earth. And then exhale, bend the elbows and draw the legs towards you. So both of these pigeons, whichever version you're in, offers a release in the pelvis. And this is somewhere where we can really store stagnated, quite concrete emotions. But the thing with emotions is that they are not concrete. They change, they leave us, they come, they go. They're not permanent. So however, in the middle of winter we feel right now, the beautiful thing about nature and the seasons, they remind us that change is constant. So when you go and have a look in the rain at the leaves, there's buds on the trees. There's daffodils pushing up from the earth. There's snowdrops already braving it. If you feel some quite strong emotional releases, let your breath be kindly receptive to what's going on. You've got the space, you've got the time, you've got the ability to cope with everything you have. I feel we need to draw up now. So if you're in your prone pigeon, let yourself walk back up. And then we're going to swap sides. So if you are in supine pigeon, simply release down your left leg and then lift the right knee over so that your right ankle is on your left knee. Draw your right hand in that four shape. Your left arm comes around the outside. They interlace underneath your left knee. Feel as if somebody's pushing your right knee away from you. And lower down. Drawing at the elbows, drawing the legs in. If you are in your prone version of pigeon, extend that left leg away from you, behind you. Now just check that your hips are level. So it's really quite tempting to let particularly here, your left hip peel up. So see if you can distribute your weight evenly through your pelvis here. And that might introduce a new challenge to the posture for you. If you need to place a cushion underneath that thigh to support you in that new adjustment, then please do. Inhale and lift down to the pelvis. So feel length in the lower spine as then you lower down. Release here. So this kind of like this from the chakra system, this chakra here, Tadasana chakra, it's also known as the self or the dwelling place, and it really symbolizes the core feelings we have around our likes and our dislikes. Okay, it reflects what we gravitate to or what we resist in our lives. So really dwelling here in this fluid element, in this fluid place, you realize, you connect to the way that we're like shifting tides. What we like and what we don't like changes too with time, gradually. Our tastes shift. It also impacts our relationships, so what we like and what we don't like in other people. By going deeply into this sort of area of ourselves on both sides, we're creating a sense of balance, equanimity. And that helps us from stopping to get too attached to what we're drawn to or what we're repulsed from. Okay, let's inhale. We're going to come up so that we can get ourselves propped into our relaxation position. So if you have a nice stack of cushions, a bolster and a blanket, just gather them around now. You want to have the cushions or the stack, the bolster and the top half of your mat, and your blanket is going to go over you. Yay for that. So if you haven't got a blanket, just pop your socks back on or a jumper. Now you can stay here for as long as you like. I kind of recommend you to go at least 5 minutes over the time of the class if you possibly can. Those of you with a busy schedule, you're kind of rare these days. So what I'd like you to do with the cushions, try and line them up with the base of the spine. Draw the feet together and let the knees fall apart. So if you've got some extra cushions, lucky you, just place them underneath the outside edge of the knees. So you're not really feeling like you're going to your edge any longer here. Okay, this is going to be moving into relaxation. If you prefer regular Shavasana, go for it. It's just nice to change it up sometimes and do something different. It can be quite surprising how recharging a different sort of restorative pose can feel. Can feel as nice as doing things quickly and vigorously. So lay back gently onto your stack, onto your cushions, and just test how that feels, because obviously some cushions are going to give quite a lot. And then I'd like you to place your palms, one palm on the chest or one palm on the belly, if that feels nice to you. Otherwise, you can either place, you can place them on the inside edges of the thighs. That can also feel quite nice, that weight. If you're feeling a little bit like you are wanting to kind of retreat into yourselves here, it can be quite nice to place a palm on the forehead. But what you're doing there, this is a little bit too much hold in the shoulder for my liking. So perhaps you could instead wrap your arms around yourselves and give yourself the kind of reassurance, the comfort you're seeking. Can you read yourselves and what you feel you might like? And isn't it nice to place such importance on this sense of touch? What we're really craving, you know, contact with others. And some really talented masseurs, they know exactly where you need to have this physical contact. See if you can kind of facilitate that for yourselves right now. So wherever you choose to lay your palms, and it might even be by your side, palms facing up if you're feeling quite receptive. Enjoy the openness that you have here in the front body. Let the shoulders just draw down towards the earth. Let the knees be heavy as they drop outwards. And the belly is really free to fill with softness. So once again, can you bring this quality to mind of perhaps a kind of melted butter or a melting butter? Imagine in the belly area, that softness. And perhaps melted butter is a really nice metaphor because it goes this beautiful golden color as it turns into a liquid state. So putting aside thoughts of the saturated fat content, just see if you can enjoy a sense of your cells filling with this sort of liquid, this fluid that has an iridescence to it. It has a slipness to it, a lubricating element. Wakes you up through your joints. It connects all parts of you, no matter how small. Just take an ordinary breath. It's such a normal thing to do. It's so ordinary to breathe. See if you can relax your forehead, If it helps to bring an element of touch, you can gently massage in small circles from the inner brow to the outer edges of the temples. And can you relax the jaw, let the tongue hang and be soft? See if you can gently smile almost. Now we have to be our own sunshines today, so let the brightness just increase and intensify. From that sense from inside of that liquid. See if you can lift it up through the bone, the muscles and the fascia which bind the muscles, to the skins, and let the pores of the skin open. And let the shine radiate from you, both in front and behind, on all sides. Hold that sense of visualization of ease and bright and light. Just a little longer until you think that you're going to open your eyes and see that brightness in a moment. And when you really can't feel that you can make this brightness any more intense, just let the visualization drop and allow your minds to have a rest completely. You're still there. It's all right. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Now we've got habits from our busy past to already be thinking about the next thing. See if you can transition in this state of calm awareness. So try and remain with your breath as you bring yourselves back into the sense of space around you. There's no need to feel rushed or panicked. It can wait. To come out of Supta Baddha Konasana, it's nice to take your palms to the outer edges of the thighs and draw the knees together. And then you can roll over off your props gently onto your side, and then inhale and come up to a seated position. So maybe let's all just take a moment together, cross our legs. Just a very simple moment. I'm going to draw my palms together. Gosh, it's so chilly. But at least I can feel myself. I hate that cold where you can't even feel the fingers. Palms together. Just take a moment to be grateful, to realize where you are. Maybe check in on how you feel differently from before. Thank you so much for joining this session. A little update coming later on in the week, but nothing to worry about, and I hope to catch up with you soon. All the very best and keep well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.